On August 27, 1992, as Hurricane Andrew loomed over Tupelo, Mississippi, 13-year-old Leigh Occhi vanished without a trace from her home at 105 Honey Locust Drive. Blood was found inside the home, but with no signs of forced entry. Authorities were left puzzled as to what could have happened to her, or who might be responsible for her disappearance. On the day she went missing, Leigh had been left home alone for the first time. As her mother, Vicki Felton, left for work around 8 a.m., Leigh had planned to attend an open house at her middle school with her grandmother later that day. Shortly after arriving at her office, Vicki was notified that a storm related to Hurricane Andrew was headed for Tupelo and called home to inform her daughter. When Leigh didn't answer the phone, Vicki became worried and raced back home. Upon arriving, she found the garage door open and the light in the garage on. When she entered the house, she discovered blood smeared on the wall and Leigh's favorite blanket crumpled on the floor. Vicki immediately called 911. When authorities arrived, they found additional pools of blood in Leigh's bedroom, as well as smears of blood on the walls, in the bathroom, and on her bedroom door. A bloodied nightgown belonging to Leigh was found in a laundry hamper, suggesting an attempt by the perpetrator to clean up the scene. In the weeks following Leigh's disappearance, multiple searches of the surrounding areas proved fruitless. Authorities began looking into Leigh's stepfather, Barney Yarborough, who had recently separated from Vicki, as there were rumors that he had been abusive. However, he was ruled out after providing a substantial alibi and passing a polygraph test. Vicki Felton, Leigh's mother, reportedly took 3 polygraph tests, all of which examiners stated showed deception. On September 9, 1992, 13 days after Leigh went missing, a package addressed to Barney Yarborough arrived at the family home. Inside were Leigh Occhi's glasses. The envelope was postmarked from Boonville, Mississippi. The FBI tested the stamps and found they had been adhered with water rather than saliva, suggesting an intentional attempt to avoid leaving DNA. A year later, on November 9, 1993, a farmer discovered a skull in a ditch along a soybean field. The Jackson Clarion Ledger reported that a Monroe County coroner had positively confirmed via dental records that the skull belonged to Leigh Occhi. However, several days later, the identification was retracted, and it was subsequently determined that the skull belonged to 27-year-old Pollyanna Sue Keith, a woman who had gone missing in March 1993. Despite multiple searches and investigations, Leigh Occhi remains missing, and her case remains unsolved more than 32 years later. Vicki Felton remains a person of interest in her daughter's disappearance and possible murder.